Okay, one of the biggest new introductions we had last year were our figured vehicle packs. The idea here is we need a global way all over the world for kids to get their first vehicle at kind of an affordable price. In the US, we're very lucky. You know, $24.99 Starfighter vehicle, you know, seems to be something that we can afford generally in our population. It's not the case around the world. So we took our cue from the inspiration of other markets needing a good entry price. We looked at kind of that mini rig concept. It's a huge hit, so that will continue in a big way. $15.99 SRP, you get a great single seat vehicle and a figure.
There's great packs for kids. So this is the first time we're getting the Clone Scout ATRT out there. Bring up the Lightning Squad. Right. And then Anakin with the Tatooine Skiff, with also removable gear, and then we'll have Cody with the Bark Speeder. So you've seen this vehicle before, but it's going to be all themed in Cody Deco. So next up, Flo Clune. We know our buddies at Lucasfilm like Flo Clune. Okay.
Okay, I got to talk. We literally can't show Dave Filoni anything without having a Flo Clune figure in there. As I just said, there's not enough Flo Clune in there. So we throw him a speeder bike. He's happy. We're on our way. Lines are clear.
So we've got a Cad Bane there on a pirate bike. You know, this is from the episodes where Anakin and Obi-Wan were being held hostage there for a while. So, you know, he's a bounty hunter. He swiped it. And Anakin with the Naboo Skiff, which is a downscaled version of the Naboo Skiff. You know, it's really just bringing it down in scale to make it a great vehicle play for our kids for $15 here. All right, also, awesomely, we have Obi-Wan with the speeder bike, and this has a newly tooled sidecar. The sidecar is not in the animation, but it does fit a whole figure into there, so you can ride shotgun. And it's actually inspired from the comic books. So if you check a look, if you guys are fans and you're in there looking, you'll see the sidecar. And of course, more Mandalorians. All right, very cool. We've got a Mandalorian with the speeder. He's got a removable helmet, and cool on the back of this bike, it actually pops up, and there's binders hidden in there, so you can lock a guy on there and take him away hostage.
Now, these are going to be on shelf in August. Everything we're showing you here today is what's going to be available through August. We're going to have more, you know, for the rest of the fall line at Comic-Con and Celebration. So we're holding some stuff back as well. So battle packs will continue. The idea here is I'm just showing you the Clone Wars battle packs here. They all take their cue from a scene from the animation, from the entertainment. So we've got the Jedi Showdown, the great Holocron Heist with Cad Bane's introductory episode. And then we're going to have two that are coming out in August. One is the Droids and Clones, which takes its cue from the Battle for Crystal City from the Clone Wars movie. So we introduced that crazy, it was called a retail droid, you know, a crazy tubular droid. We could never deliver him on a basic figure card. Perfect way to bring it
a little too big.
Battle pack. And then the anti-Hailfire squad. So we're going to show you something here why, you know, kids are going to need heavy ammo to go up against the Hailfire. So we deliver it. These guys are armed to the teeth. This is going to be an awesome couple of battle packs come August. So the Starfighter vehicles, $24.99 SRP vehicles have been a huge hit and really the nucleus of the line. So we're going to keep the innovation, keep the new vehicles coming because it really drives the whole system.
So we'll be carrying forward our Clone Interceptor tank, and you can see it here in a completely new deco scheme, which is pulled from comic book reference. So very cool here. It's a rolling vehicle. It's got projectile launchers. It fits 3 figures, and other guys can clip onto it as well. And then we're going to have our Clone Swamp Speeder. So very cool. Projectile launchers in the front, 2 figures that fit in the back, rolling, and other figures can clip on there. So you can really load these vehicles up with your troops and put them into battle.
Now this is a long overdue vehicle from episode 3, so we're thrilled to bring it in. Now our inspiration is at 3, but we figured it fits Clone Wars perfectly, so we'll bring it in there. And then, Hailfire.
It has arrived. We are bringing radio control into the 3 3/4-inch world. So very exciting news here. We're going to have the Hailfire droid. This thing is packing some heat. It's got 18 projectile launchers in it. It can shoot in bursts of 3. So it's fully controlled. Actually, the controller's not shown up here, but it has tank control. So you can spin this vehicle around, pull forward, plow over troops. I mean, it just has awesome play, and it comes with the trooper to get you started with your onslaught.
So this will be the one that we're going to be driving hard, you know, on our television advertising. This will be the one that kids are going to be asking for under the tree that really propels the system. We call it our hero driver vehicle, even though it's a separatist vehicle.
So, and great range on those. They shoot 5-6 feet, so very cool vehicle.
So that's Clone Wars.
Now
we'll talk about the Legacy collection. Legacy isn't going to be a brand on the packaging this year for any of the movie products. We don't have a brand. We're not calling it Saga. We're not calling it Legacy. It's just Star Wars movie product. The only thing we're deliberately calling vintage is vintage itself. So we call it the Legacy. It's a celebration of all 6 movies. And in basic figures, the vintage collection, big news, vintage is back. But this time, in the past we've done vintage in limited doses, 5, 6. When the original launched in 2004, it was 12 figures. Limited doses at a time. The big news here is it's not limited. We're not going to just be doing 6 figures. It is an ongoing assortment. It really replaces the Droid factory that runs through the spring. That's big news, and our plan right now is that it'll run for at least 2 years. The important thing is it's figures that are beyond the original trilogy this time. We did a lot of research. We did a lot of research at Comic-Con, Celebration, and also with Rebel Scum as well, to really get as much input from as many collectors as we possibly could to make some really good decisions. We knew that if we just continued on the same path of updating the original Kenner vintage cards, we would run out of steam quickly. We were running out of good hero characters. We still had some, but it was a very limited future. So we opened it up and we said, what if we really went beyond and celebrated a prequel trilogy? Got a lot of input, and there was a lot of excitement for it. So the good news is it's going to be episodes 1, 2, and 3 out at the same time as we got the original trilogy. Actually, the first wave is going to be Empire Strikes Back. I'll show you that. We do not have wave 2 here with us. It just didn't make it in time. But it will be episode 3 themed. So it's going to be awesome. You can see Grievous, Clone Troopers on a vintage card, and they're going to look unbelievable. There will be 37 basic figures in 2010. That means 37 figures in the fall. 4 waves, approximately every 6 weeks. And 27 figures will be new or have new tooling and deco to make them new. That means the other 10 figures are kind of going to be the greatest hits that we call it. These will be great figures that are already at vintage quality, appearing on a vintage card for the first time. So you'll have Darth Maul on a vintage card, Qui-Gon. Just some of the biggest heroes of Star Wars are now going to be on a card, as if the Kenner line had never stopped. And that was really the inspiration for it. Why we're so thrilled to talk about the reintroduction of vintage. Everyone knows the vintage line look. I'm going to show you the figures, first wave, so it's a complete look here. Brand new Dengar, he is unbelievable. So we're making sure that we're updating all those bounty hunters to get them up to vintage quality. He's amazing. Hoth Leia, long overdue to have a dead to nuts awesome Hoth Leia. She's there. Hoth Han, everybody asked or assumed that, hey, relaunching vintage, are we going to get Bespin Han? Because that's the one that a lot of people are focused on getting. He won't be out here in 2010, he will be in 2011. But we put a new Han in that we've never actually done before. This is the Han in the welding scene. You only see it for a few seconds, but when he's on top of the Millennium Falcon. It's never done this figure before, so
that's
we're
not
very excited.
Did you get it the other one?
A brand new Bespin Luke looks great. The AT-AT Commander. Why are we doing an AT-AT Commander? It's kind of a random
I think the team just kind of overran us on this one and picked this one out.
AT-AT Commander will have removable armor, and so will C-3PO. So C-3PO is going to have a removable chest plate, and his face, you can see the wires
Chest,
underneath.
his front, back, and then his thighs and the face plate.
So you kind of get that F1 C-3PO with an ESP-3PO. Dak, Vader. Vader's critical because we had done a previous version of Vader. The factory kind of didn't execute it the way we want, but it has the 3-piece helmet, so you can really take everything off and see his gnarly face.
Yes, we got them to not help us on that one and fusing those tools together. So now it's all 3 parts.
And then we have a more movie accurate Boba Fett and a Cloud Car pilot. Another random choice. Is it random? I'll show you in a second. So it's a great wave of 10 to really launch. We really poured our heart and soul into these figures. Oh, Forlorn. So Forlorn we had done previously. This is kind of the greatest hits. Now you get them on his vintage cards.